JC Cooley, the JC Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. JC Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James JC Cooley. And wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. And I tell you, this guest that we got on the show, I think this guest is fantastic. And I think that this guest is going to enlighten you on a lot of things. And I tell you what, everybody needs to grab about 8-9 bags of popcorn because we're going to do it. You know, we can't start anything without Dr. Michelle Cooley. How are you doing, Dr. Cooley? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, James. This is going to be an amazing show. We got amazing guests on the show. He's been on the show, wow, multiple times. I just can't even count how many times, but he's going to share his philosophy on a certain concept that he created and explain to the audience the reasoning behind it. So we're definitely interested in it. And audience, hey, this is your show, so please participate.
Well, I'm excited about this, and I'm excited about the topic that we're going to talk about. And I'm not going to give it away until we get all the platforms locked in at the same time. So Kevin back in the studio, I tell you what, it's time for us to lock in all the different platforms, and let's do it.
Here we go, James.
898, and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James JC Cooley.
Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James JC Cooley. First of all, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I did. I got my godson here hanging out with him and, just trying to show him a little thing or two, on life. And I tell you what, I think we're going to be talking about a little bit of that today. But I can't even start a show without bringing on the executive producer and co-host of the show. How you doing, Dr. Michelle Cooley?
Hi, I'm doing good, James. I am. This is a great day. We got a great guest coming up, and he's insightful. His passion is to educate the audience on his thoughts and his philosophies, and for you all to join in, whatever streaming platform you're watching the show, you can comment on it, you can ask questions, or you can call into the radio station, and the number is 1-888-344-1170. That's 1-888-344-1170. And Kevin will patch you in to ask your questions or provide comments. So, are you ready, Dr. James Cooley?
Well, I'm ready. I'm excited about this guest that you got on, and I'm excited about the topic that we're going to talk about. So, you already gave the numbers and you already gave the platforms, whether you're watching us on E360 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and over 68 live platforms. Again, like Dr. Cooley said, welcome to the show. Michelle, can you please introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely magnificent guest?
Well, the title of today's show, audience, is called Start and Finish State. And we're having a sit-down discussion with Dr. James JC Cooley, and he's going to discuss what he means by a start and finish state. He's going to talk about destination and destiny, destination disease, and becoming too comfortable. So, Dr. James JC Cooley, he's a military veteran. He's the CEO, president of the JC Cooley Foundation, Options and Opportunities, the Choice Program. He's a national, international host of the podcast television syndicated primetime show, It's Your Life with Dr. James JC Cooley. He's an author, an entrepreneur, a speaker, and he's so much more. So please welcome to the show, Dr. James JC Cooley. We're going to bring him in now. Hold on.
Wow, I did not know that I was a guest on the show today. It's supposed to be my show. Oh, he took the show today, but that's okay. I tell you what, I'm excited about talking about this topic and what we've been doing lately. We've been going through some of the topics in my book, Country Boy, City Boy Journey, that ain't over yet. And one of the topics that we're going to talk about today is just like what Michelle said, is the start and finish date. So Michelle will be doing the interviewing and the questions, and I'm telling you, I haven't looked at any of them, so I'm going to be as surprised as you are when she asked me the questions. So, Dr. Michelle, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yes. Okay. So, James, start and finish date. That is one of the titles of one of the chapters in your book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet. So there's so much in that book, but can you explain why did you decide to incorporate that specific title and chapter in your book, and what does exactly it means?
Well, I thought about a whole lot of things, experiences that I have had in my life. And a lot of the things, and the reason we go through a lot of things is because we don't understand that we are born with purpose. And we are born with a path that I believe that we must, first of all, figure out whichever road we're going to take. And secondly, I believe that in figuring out that path, there's certain things that we are all going to experience on the path, whether it's good or bad. And I believe that doing purpose, that we all have a certain destinations that we must achieve in order for us to get to what I call our ultimate destiny. Yes, a destination is not destiny. It's just a path that we are going upon. And the reason I wrote this one called a start and finish date. You have a date that you start with, and there's a certain, I give a case or I give a scenario. From 9th to 12th grade at high school, that's our high school years. Many of us lock in on the high school years, and then when it comes time to graduate, we don't want to go nowhere because we don't have fun in high school all this time, and we're like, I'm not, I'm not going anywhere. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But a start date is there always a finish date in every destination that you might be on at that time.
Oh, wow. And you know what? Destination and destiny. So, what is, and everyone knows what the word destination and destiny is, but from a philosophical perspective, what is your definition of destination and destiny?
Okay, my definition, just like I just mentioned a minute ago, destination, I call it end of life or end of whatever God purpose is for you. In search of this thing called wisdom. Wisdom. We all want to attain wisdom through our whole life. But in order to attain wisdom, this is my belief, which is what I wrote about, is there is a series of destinations that we are probably going to go through. And one of the things that I believe when we're going through these destinations is, like I mentioned, the high school scenario. And this is true. You know, I speak in a lot of high schools every year. And a lot of kids, they don't want to graduate. I mean, they've been having so much fun over the last 4 years, and mommy and dad and everybody taking care of everything. I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready to I'm not ready to get out there on my own. And that's what you call destination disease. When your time is up in this destination that you're on, you must transition to the next destination. And many of us don't want to do that because we feel uncomfortable about stepping in the next destination. And so destiny, as I mentioned to you, is in search of wisdom. It's in search of hopefully a long life leading up to whatever God purpose is for you.
You know, when we the start and finish date. So when you set when anyone sets a start and finish date, regardless of whatever goals they want in life, sometimes the start date and the finish date, right, is something other than what you planned. So, do you believe setting a rigid start and finish date for your life goals, not yours, but anyone's life goals, can hinder their ability to embrace their destiny?
Well, explain that a little bit more.
Okay, so let's say, and we got a couple minute or two before the break, but let's start with this. So let's say you set out a start date and a finish date to complete college, right? But life happens sometimes. So your intent is completed in 4 years, but make sure, but maybe like certain things happen in your life. You may have to leave the university for a while and come back in a year or two. So your start date, what you planned, and your finish date is not what you originally planned for yourself. So is it possible setting a finite start and a finish date in some things can cause maybe a person to maybe lose focus when it is not exactly the time frame they planned?
Okay, so what you're saying, and I write this in the book as well, is sometimes we get thrown off path because certain situations, circumstances intervene, and where it's going to push us off path a little bit. And sometimes, as long as we stay focused, we have to get back on path. And we're going to talk about that one in a few minutes, where we talk about goals, long-term goals, short-term goals, mid-term goals. We're going to talk about all of those things, but I tell you what, we're going to take a station break right now. But we're going to come back. We're going to pick it up, and I tell you, I'm excited about this. And our viewers out there, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344 1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Or go to the platform that you're watching us on. Go to the comments. I send the questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer because it's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Doctor, James, JC Cooley, the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Get it.
By James JC Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Doctor, James JC Cooley, the James Cooley Show.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, first segment is always getting to know the guests. Today, the guest is me. And explaining the purpose of the show. And we got a lot more that we're going to talk about. And today we're talking about a start and a finish date. Again, just for the audience that are just not tuning in, that means that there is a start date and everything, just like life. When we are born, that's our start date. And most things that we go through in life. And there is a certain amount of time as you progress in age and do this, where you have to transition to the next stage, even from birth to toddler, from toddler to, a young kid under 6, or from a kid all the way up to adolescence and so on. So that's what we're talking about, the start and the finish date. And if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask me any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer.
Great. James, we're talking about start and finish dates. And we're also talking about destination and destiny. But there's also a thing called destination disease. Can you explain to the audience exactly what destination disease is and how it is incorporated to your start and finish date?
Destination disease is when you are on a certain destination, you have completed that, but you do not want to leave that. You want to stay there when there's no purpose for you being there, and you're not able to fully progress into the next stage. And when you're out of whack, you feel out of whack, you know that you're out of whack, and you know that you shouldn't be there. But yet you stay anyway. And that creates problems for as your path, what you are supposed to be achieving for your purpose. I call that destination disease, because now you done spoiled the other paths or the next destination that you're supposed to be on. And you have thrown everything off whack because you don't want to go to the next step.
Well, explain this. So, as parents, parents want the best for their children. And when they get to be a certain age, they're like, oh, you can be a lawyer, you can be a doctor. I want you to go to this university. I want you to join this, A, B, C, and D. How important is it for the individual when they become a certain age? And some people know when they're a little younger, especially when they're children. It's good that people have faith and confidence in you and what you can be and what they see that you can be. But what if that is not your destiny? I'll give you a perfect example. For instance, yourself. You're very good around the house, right? You can fix things. You're like you're like what they call that, a person like a handyman, right? So you're good at fixing things around the house.
We like to call it jack of all trades.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna call you a handyman. So let's say you're a handyman, right? You're very good with your hands fixing things around the house. And someone says, James, you can build a career as a handyman, right? You can own your own company, blah, 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 A, B, and C, and D. Even though you have the skill and the expertise in doing what you're doing, inside, that is not your destiny. So my question to you is, how important, as flattering as it is when people tell you, oh, you could do this, you have skills, you could be great in certain areas, but that may not be your destiny. How important is it not to let other people tell you what your destiny is?
Okay, let's put it like this. Okay. Jack of all trades is being able to do certain things. I'm talking about not just with your hand, but I'm talking about with your mind and other things. And each one of those things that you're doing, whether you're using your hands or whether you're using your mind, all of these things, I believe, is so important in life. It's so important in gathering the foundation that you need in order to be successful in whatever you're doing. I believe it's so important. However, just because you are able to do many, many things, different things, the key thing to this is having a little bit of knowledge of everything. You can be the jack of all trades. However, you better master one. You better master one. You better obtain I wouldn't say a trade, but whatever your purpose is in life, you have to master that. And you master that by getting an understanding of everything around you, everything that you come to, your experiences, a whole lot of different things. So that's how that's done, is being able to build the biggest foundation that you can. Because case in point, I use this as an example. If you got money to build a foundation, you want a big old house, but you don't have big old house money. But you can buy that land, much land, if that's depending on where your money at, and put a little house on it. As you start gathering things, as you life experiences, growth, job, education, you are able, as long as you got a steady foundation, because you done learn bits and pieces from all these different things, you're able to add on to your house, the little house, and keep adding on to it until it become a castle or whatever. But as long as you got the foundation or understanding, you can do anything that you set your mind to.
It's so important. Things happen in life. So my question to you is, how important is it not to blame others for interfering with your destiny? I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you have let's say you have a woman, right? She's a single mom, and let's say she was on public assistance. I'm just throwing it out in the air right there, right? She was on public assistance, and she struggled hard in life, right? However, and then she was in bad relationships, et cetera, et cetera. How important, and what if she starts blaming others for her not achieving her destiny? And the question I'm asking is, regardless of the people around you, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, it could be your coworker, it could be anybody, how important is it not to put your destiny in the hands of other people, regardless of what has happened in your lot of life and they were a part of it? How important is it to empower yourself and say, okay, these things happened to me. This is horrible. This is miserable. This is not fair. But you know what? I cannot put my life, my goals, my destiny in the hands of others, regardless. How important is that?
Okay, let's rephrase that. Your destiny is your purpose. And what I think you are saying is whatever person, whatever reason that is, they're on a destination to achieve the next destination. It doesn't matter where you start from in anything you do. I'm talking about, we go through things in life where we find ourselves in trouble. We do crazy things. We make bad decisions. And it kind of throws us off. However, to answer your question is, I believe that you have to come back and refocus. Focus is key. Focus is key. It's so important to refocus on some of the things that you might be doing. I'll tell you what, Michelle, we're going to come back to that. Ask that question when we get back. We're going to take a station break because I want to add on to that one. So re-ask the question so our viewers can get a better understanding of what you're saying. I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching this on, all you have to do, just go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have, or pick up the phone and call Kevin at 1-888-344-1170. Again, KCBQ AM 1170, answer FM 96.1, 1-888-344-1170 is your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Craving a slice of
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The JC Cooley Foundation is a nonprofit organization that was started in October of 2014. The JC Cooley Foundation continues to strive to expand its programs and offerings to the youth, young adults, and citizens of our great communities nationwide and overseas. We hope that you'll be able to take part in one or more of the many exciting events that we're offering this year and experience firsthand the pride we take in supporting our cause. It's our mission to equip the youth of today for the challenges of tomorrow, and we rely heavily on the generosity of individuals and business owners for support. Without the assistance of community-minded individuals just like you, we wouldn't be able to serve our youth each year. We ask that you make a commitment to support our annual appeal by making a cash donation. This year's goal is $50,000. Your generosity will assist us in making a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. You can give online at CooleyFoundation.org. Remember that every donation makes a difference regardless of size. The JC Cooley Foundation thanks you in advance for your contribution.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! It's the James Cooley Show! It's your life! Doctor James JC Cooley! All right.
Give online at Cooley Foundation.
Yet. All of us journey through life's precious gift of time. In the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, you can join James as he shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. This is a must listen for anyone who thinks they're stuck in life or needs to understand that their current situation is not their final destination. Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by Dr. James Cooley on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
It's the James Cooley Show! It's your life!
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show with your life. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this discussion that I'm having with Michelle. The discussion comes from my book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet. I didn't say not over yet. I said ain't over yet. And that's a Southern term that we use back in Alabama and Tennessee. I ain't going to do that. I ain't going there. Ain't over yet. But I tell you, it describes and it tells a lot of things about a start date and a finish date. We talk about the destination. We talk about destiny. We talk about purpose. It's encompassed all of those things. And I'm just excited that Michelle chose this topic to talk about today. And, I'm ready to get back. I forgot the question that you had asked prior to.
Well, I will summarize the question So the question was, I'm going to just summarize it. Despite the lot and the trials and tribulations one has gone on in their lives, and these things might have actually happened. It's been unfair to you. Let's say whether you grew up in a crazy household or whatever, whether it's family, friends, close people. How important is it not to put your destiny in the hands of other people based on what has happened to you, even though they were involved, but to stop blaming and empower yourself and take control of your own life. Understand when we're little children, we can do so much, but when you're a grown adult, 18 and up, you are to empower yourself to take control of your own life and not let anyone hinder your destiny. Can you speak about that, James?
Absolutely. First of all, we all like to play the blame game. Oh, it's not my fault. The situation was, it's her fault or it's his fault. The reason I went out there and whatever, I had a baby or something like that, it's not my fault. Wow, hold on. The blame game is not going to get you there. And first of all, let's talk about purpose and instead of destiny, because whichever purpose that we or God had placed us on, first of all, I think we need to dig deep inside to understand that we all make mistakes. And just like I said, and just like Todd mentioned in the previous commercial, your current situation is not your final destination. Things that occur in our life, things that occur in these different destinations that we are traveling in. As long as we understand that we learn from the previous one, that we can always start a new path, but starting a new path requires a different mindset. It requires a different focus. It requires vision, understanding, in focus. And by pointing and saying that everything else is somebody else's fault, you placing the blame of things that might have happened went your way on somebody else when you are the one that are responsible for the decisions that you make. Now, a lot of people can have a lot of input, I mean, whatever that is. But when it comes down to making a decision, that's up to the individual. So that's what I mean by that.
Thank you. We have a viewer who asks, how do I know when my destiny ends or starts? That's part A. And part B, how do I know of the thing that I am doing is really my destiny? So let's start with the first question. How do I know when my destiny ends or starts?
Okay, so I'm going to say again, destiny ends is when you get ready to go to sleep and you ain't going to wake up ever. That's the end of the destiny. And God, hopefully, God has planted your purpose in your hands where you are all of these different steps leading up to your destiny, which, remember, I talk about wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain that a little bit. Knowledge, understanding, and focus. If you do those three things and have an understanding of it, it provides you a key. A key. So knowledge is being able to gather everything. I'm talking about through life, through good, through bad, challenges, or whatever. And where you gather this knowledge, where if you made mistakes or you're not focused or whatever, you have an understanding. You have to turn that into an understanding based on your experiences that you went through. So knowledge is gathering things through different destinations, different things that happen in our life. Understanding that being able to focus on the thing that you learn so you won't make the same mistakes over and over again. Mm-hmm. Focus is being able to understand yourself that, hey, things might not have been going my way, and these are the reasons why, without pointing the finger at somebody else, like you just said. And I believe all of those things through life provide you a key to your purpose in life, and you continue to live your purpose. And in our case, Michelle, me and you, through God's eyes and His vision, and that provides you a key. This key only opens one door. One door. Now, even though you might come to 10,000 doors, if you put the key in the wrong door, the key dissolved. So you lost out there. So what I'm trying to say, you keep understanding case in point. Let's say if you wanted to go to, you want to discover a new forest or a zoo or something like that. That key only fits the door that's going to open that, because that's your purpose. But you have to search through life, through experiences, through trials and tribulations. And you have to be able to sit back and listen, understand, and focus. And that's where you'll find out your destination at that point, leading to your destiny with the key. It opens one door, but that takes a lifetime to finish that out. And once you find that right door, you put that key in it after the trials and tribulations and a lot of other things, it opened up the door to destiny, which is wisdom. We all are in search of wisdom.
Wisdom is life experience. It's throughout your whole life.
Well, no. Wisdom is being able to, in my opinion, I mean, you got the definition. Wisdom is being able to understand why God put us here in the first place. That was his purpose for us. That's just my understanding of that.
No, I'm just saying that wisdom, you get wisdom through experiences in life. You know, you comprehend and you think about how your life has gone, and it's just lessons learned, but we're not gonna harp on that. So the second question in our viewer is, how do I know if the thing that I am doing is really my destiny?
You feel it deep in your heart. You know that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, and God gives you a reading like, hey, go here, go there, do this. Just like I mentioned, I know we got a break coming up. My godson, I felt it was our destiny to get him here, even though it's going to be a short term, to help provide directions on what might be able to help him out. He's a great kid, great guy, and it's working out just fine, and I'm enjoying it. Tell you what, we're going to take a station break, but I'm going to come back with more of this, and I know, Michelle, you're going to keep firing it at me. So if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching this on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. James JC Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be on it, to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z, and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right. Hey. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. JC Cooley. Hey. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Enjoy the cozy pub atmosphere and an impressive selection of Temecula wines. Come on down to Rosati's Pizza Pub for your slice of Chicago right here on Rancho California Road, or order online at myrosatis.com. Rosati's, where Chicago deep dish pizza meets Temecula charm.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. And what we're talking about today is there is a start and finish date to everything that we are here for. And as I mentioned earlier, the start date starts from birth, because God, in my opinion, we're born, he put us here for a purpose. But I believe that it's up to us to figure out what that purpose is. And so we talk about a few things, Michelle, but one of the things that I did not talk about right now is birthrights. That's how we really find our purpose. You get ready to say something.
Well, I just wanted to make a comment before we went to break on the viewer asking how does he know or she know if what they're getting ready to do is really their destiny. And you mentioned it's a feeling, it's a gut, it's a sense of peace. And my response to that, additional to your response, is, you know, if you don't feel right about it, if it doesn't feel natural to you, if it feels like you're doing it to please other people, then this is not what you're meant to do. You have to feel it like this is what I am meant to do. So I just wanted to add that. So now, James, you're going to bring up birthrights.
Hold on. We'll talk about birthright, but and he's here right here, by the way, listening.
You're going to have him be anonymous if he wants to.
But you have to feel it, and you have to understand that it comes from inside. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and whatever that is. And you can't sit back and blame others for your shortcomings. It just doesn't work that way. So you are absolutely right about what you said, and it had to come from. I believe that it comes from the inside.
And if you want something bad enough, if this is what you want to do, you would do everything in your power to achieve it. Because sometimes these opportunities, some, not all, but some opportunities will not present themselves in long term. And some, there are opportunities short term, there's opportunities in long term. But if this is something, viewer, that you feel in your heart and your spirit, this is meant for you to do, then just do it. Now, on that note, Dr. Cooley.
That sounds like a Nike statement.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
So my question is, you mentioned birthrights. So for the sake of time, this is our last segment, but Dr. Cooley, I'm going to give you the floor and talk about birthrights when it comes to start and finish date and destination and destiny.
Well, I believe that just as I mentioned, it starts from birthrights, and we all have the same common birthrights. I'm talking about, doesn't matter which religion, what color, whatever. We all have the same exact birthrights. I'm talking about, so we'll be a common. And those birthrights are confidence, courage, hope, belief, and most importantly, faith. Those are our birthrights, our common birthrights, in my opinion, where we all are the same. I'm talking about birthrights. However, in order for a person to figure out what their purpose is, everybody got their own particular birthright, which are kind of like a fingerprint, whatever, that make them uniquely different than everybody else. I don't care if you're an identical twin or quick triplet or whatever. Everybody got their own special, I call it the secret sauce, that makes them different. The challenge that most people don't want to do, they don't want to discover what that secret sauce is. Only you have that secret sauce that distinguishingly thing. You're different than everybody else on earth, and your purpose lies into your birthrights. Again, let me mention the birthrights of confidence, courage, hope, belief, most importantly, faith. And in order to truly figure out what you are born to do, sometimes it takes a long time. I know it took me quite some time. I was just like you mentioned, a jack of all trades. I hadn't mastered nothing. you know, a great orator, a speaker, and all that. Then I figured out that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, because God planted that in me, but it took me to discover that myself. So I think, and a start and a finish date starts out with understanding birthrights, and understanding birthrights mean again that we all have 5 common birthrights, but we have something that makes us different. And once we figure that out, then you start feeling it. You start knowing that this is what I'm the best at what I do. I mean, in this particular thing, because that's what your purpose is.
Wow. Everyone should know what their purpose is. Some people don't know right away, but if you're getting ready to embrace an opportunity or to be around certain people that you feel are positive in your life, that'll pull you in the right direction. Now, don't get me wrong. Life is serious enough. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy life, hang out with family, friends, etc. But also, don't let anything or anybody stand in your way from your destiny. Even if they're disappointed, you're not going to become a lawyer or a brain surgeon. If it's not in you, it is not you. You got to go for what is in you.
Let me say something about that.
Yes.
And a lot of times we want to be around people that we feel comfortable about. And a lot of times people want to be around people that not as intelligent as they are. And they can't learn that from them. But they're like, how they there, they make me laugh, they do that. Well, how is that going to help you out in finding what your purpose or attaining your purpose? Sometimes we need to let them go. You have to let them go. If there's no value being brought, and I always say that if you find yourself the smartest person in the room every time you walk in that room, you ain't learning nothing. There's no way that you can really attain anything because you think you know everything. So you have to surround yourself with people that you trust, people that's going to help uplift you, and where you can also help uplift everybody. Everybody equal and uplifting. And the start and the finish date is being able to understand these things as we grow, as we become more seasoned or experienced.
So, James, we have a couple of minutes before the show ends. What takeaways do you want to leave with the audience regarding a start and finish date?
Well, it's quite a few. I don't know if we got enough time to get into all of these. But first of all, remember that you got value. Remember, like I always say in my speeches, your current situation, not your final destination. Just because you're in the current situation today, God probably is putting you through what we call trials and tribulations. He's trying to build you up. And so sit back and just listen to him and listen to him and do the best that you can that's in your power, because he will guide you. Secondly, don't think that you're the most important person or everything is about the I, me, my. Everything has to be built around what we call the we, the us, and the ours. Teamwork. Third, make sure that sometimes we have to sit back and refocus our mind. You have to have a different mindset. Just because it might have worked yesterday, a day before, 10 years ago, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to work today. Fourth, we talk about a couple of things. We didn't talk about the 4 C's: create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. I believe that those 4 C's is the pillars of life. Because if you believe, create is vision. Vision being able to see past tip of your nose. Create, collaborate, being able to communicate and talk with others. Commit, meaning that you commit to something you got to stick with. And confidence is knowing that you can do what you were set out to do. I think all of these things are important, and also believe in yourself. So I tell you, those are my takeaways for this great audience, and I really appreciate you, Dr. Cooley, for taking the time to write this program. I didn't look at any other questions, I promise. So everything that you asked me, you caught me off guard. But those are takeaways that we have to have. And I want everybody to always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And you know, my viewers out there, thank you, Kevin and KCB Crew Studios, and thank you all of you all. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life.
This is an urgent announcement for anyone that's $10,000 or more